Welcome to round 4 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of September 7th. I'm Catherine Aleko, and I'm here with Terry Morrow.
Hello.
And Nicole Erdix.
Hi there.
As moms of teens and young adults, we've survived those little kid days, yet we're still rethinking the decisions we've made all through our kids' lives and worrying about what's going on right now. Today's Thursday, which means it's time to give into our obsessing. And today we're obsessing about our mama bear behavior. Just wondering, when was the last time you had to go all mama bear for your kids? I mean, I guess as our kids get older, we kind of hibernate a little more, but sometimes that mama bear comes out. So,
yes.
Terry, I feel like maybe you have a story.
Yeah, my kids are 27 and 30 now, and I've tried really hard to have them be responsible for their own stuff, have their own interactions. My daughter particularly, she has some medical professionals she sees, and she handles all of that. She handles her work. She is pretty much in charge of things, and I like that. And so I try not to get to feeling like I need to do something, but just every now and then something comes up where somebody is giving her the runaround or treating her badly or just ignoring her needs. And she sort of gives me the, tip of the hat to go ahead. So I'll say, do you want me to call them for you? And she says, yes. And one time she texted me something like, I wouldn't want to be them. So she knows how I get. But, when my kids were little, of course, I advocated 2 kids through special ed over the course of about 16 years. So I got a lot of practice. I got a lot of skills. I built up some techniques, and I still got them. I hate to use them. I don't want to. Sometimes I don't feel as though I'm effective, but the last few weeks, there were a couple of situations that came up where I had to just call and kick butt, and it worked out pretty well. I got the things that I wanted, and I felt very good about myself. It's like, I can still advocate, and I'm trying to pass on these tools to my daughter. Like, okay, always make sure to write down the name of the person you're talking to. Always ask for when this thing you are asking for will be done, because they'll say, oh, yeah, sure. And then, you won't hear anything. So, I will say something like, well, if I don't hear back from you in an hour, I will call again. Or in one case, if I don't hear back from you in an hour, I'm going to go on social media and find all different ways to complain about you. So that usually gets you some action. And if it doesn't, then you have to follow through with your threat. So one time I did, one time I didn't, thank goodness, because I didn't really have anything. But, there's a certain tone of voice. I try to be nice but firm. And I hate to have to do that, especially for adults, because I want them to have those skills. But sometimes, you know what? It feels good to get back in the game for a minute. I was wondering whether you guys have had to do that for your kids. Your kids are younger than mine, but still getting to be the age where they probably don't want mom going down to the school and roaring at people. Maybe your son still does, Catherine, but college kids, not so much.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about a long time ago, the college parent Facebook groups, and it is pretty funny to see some of them. Like, there was a person posting on my daughter's college Facebook thing that her son did not know how to get from his dorm to the building where his class was. And his class was in an hour. And could somebody help? I was like, oh my goodness.
Oh, now that I would not.
Get a freaking map.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do you not have an iPhone with Google Maps on it?
And then someone else a day or so later was like, just curious if anyone in this group lets their kids figure things out for themselves. That was a little sassy, but and it's funny because the other day my son had something scheduled and he wanted to cancel it, and we were in the car. So I said, well, if you want to cancel, then you have to tell the person, right. Like, I'm not doing it for you. Well, I don't have their number on my phone. I'm like, well, I have their number on my phone, so you can look at my phone, get the number, and then contact them from your phone. Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And so what he and I was driving again. So what he eventually did was use my phone. And I said, fine, if you're going to use my phone, you have to say it's you, not me. Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think he did? No, he impersonated me.
Oh, no.
No.
That little stinker. So, yes.
Yes.
I mean, we still, I was talking him through, like, ask if you can reschedule, like, that kind of thing, which he did do. And actually, what he wrote was pretty good. But still, I was like, that's not what I said.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I really want to encourage my kids to do anything that they can do. It's just sometimes if they're not having success with that, it's like if you're asking to have a meeting with somebody, or we've recently had something with appointments that like 2 appointments got brushed off in a way that made it clear that nobody really cared about the young person they were blowing off. And so that is the time when the mom has to call and say, look, this is bad. You should not do this. And if you continue, I will be unpleasant. Or, not filling a medication when they're supposed to. Pharmacist is calling, the kid is calling, nothing's happening. I'm going to call, get it. So every now and then there comes a time when it's clear that the kid's not going to be able to get it done.
Right.
So in those situations, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
I was telling my friend about this situation in more detail than I want to get into on a podcast, but she referenced the scene in Terms of Endearment where Shirley like, give my daughter the drugs. That's the way I felt. I was ramping up for that.
Yes.
So, sometimes you just gotta unleash the mama bear and let her roar. But if you're doing it every time your kid can't figure something out, that's not.
Yeah, that's it.
This is not a helicopter situation. This is you hurt my kid enough times.
Right.
You're going to hear from me situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I had to do like some advocacy when my kids were younger.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't, like, it's just my personality. I don't tend to be confrontational, but I would, express my opinion and needs in a more probably passive aggressive way. But yeah, definitely with dealing with their education and their sports activities, that required some management and oversight on our part. But yeah, like, 'cause there's like this whole mama bear thing. Like, I always felt like I wasn't doing it to the extreme that I should be doing. So that's a whole other side of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, what if I don't want to be mama bear, but still express my opinions?
Right.
Doesn't, like it, because I have some very strong personalities in my life, and they are, they wouldn't think twice about, going on the attack. And I always kind of felt like, I guess, maybe I don't care about their needs enough, like my children, right? So I just felt very intimidated by that, and kind of like, I'm not doing it the right way. So yeah, I don't know. That's kind of something that I'm definitely protective of my kids, but I don't know if I would use the term mama bear for me. That's, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
I think I developed that over years of of the special education advocacy, that it just became necessary. And I'm sure you've run into many of those mothers and thought, what a pain in the butt she is. Why doesn't she just dial it down? But you just get to the point where nobody listens to you unless you're unpleasant. So you learn how to be, I try to always be nice, but persistent. Like, I am going to call every day and ask when this is going to be done. And at some point you will get tired of talking to me and you will do it. So I tried not to be one of those moms that sounds like she has the shrunken heads of child study team members hanging from the rearview mirror of her car. I don't want to be that kind of mama bear, but I will, I will continue being unpleasant and escalate slowly until, come Come on. You know you're going to do it anyway. Come on. Mm-hmm. It's an illegal document. Yeah, you know you got to do it. Come on. So don't make me claw you. Please.
I don't know.
Well, I guess I'm the only one having to do this very much now. So I hope I won't have to do it again. I hope I can crawl back in my cave. It was so nice in my cave. I could feel good about myself and how well my cubs were doing out in the wild on their own. And from my nice, warm, cozy hibernation spot, I can say that's it for today's Round 4. Tune in tomorrow when we'll share our roundabout roundup of things we've been using or enjoying lately that we think deserve a shout-out. Find all our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there on our Facebook page or on Twitter where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.